So, good morning, Cancer and fellow cross-watchers. Thank you all for being here. My name is Rhiannon, and this is Inner Knowing Messages. I am an intuitive reader. Sometimes I get downloads. It all depends on the day or the moment, even. So, how are you? How was the month of January? I hope it went well. Did the reading that I do, did it actually resonate? Did it align with what was happening? Okay, so today I'll be drawing 3 cards from the tarot pack. Oh, one wanted to jump out. The cards are talking. And then I will be drawing 1 crystal angel card and 1 angel number card to finish off the reading, okay? Okay, let's go with that. Thank you for your patience. It's been quite a busy month, to say the least, for January for myself, personally. Between commitments and family commitments, that wanted to come out. We'll take that card. And you know how it is, guys. Things just happen, don't they? Sometimes when you least expect it. But hey ho, I'm here. I'm still here. So we'll get on with it. There we go. I'll move that there. Right then. So, Cancer. Ooh, this card just come out in the previous read it just did. And this is the Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups, generally speaking, people say it's a love card. You know, it's about 2 people coming together, but it can be partnerships of a different kind. It can be partnerships to do with business. It can be like just friendships, you know, like you have a bestie, as you know, or a soul friend, somebody that, you know, they're not family, but they feel like they are. And you like to go to and tell them everything and you hang out with them or whatever it is that you do. Oops, I'm kicking the camera. But with this as well, it can be about, you know, as I say, it can be about relationships, but it can also be about harmony. You know, it can be about balance, you know, equality, attraction, connection, proposals, engagement, and marriage. So, are you planning to pop the question? Now, I know this month in February, we've got Valentine's Day on the 14th. You know, it's where people like to celebrate and, you know, tell someone they love somebody, or if there's somebody that you're not with and you would love to be with and you think they would be ideal to be your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, then maybe that is the case. Or are you going to pop the question? Are you wanting to get married? Are you ready to take that next step? So that would be interesting. Let me know, Cancer, what that's all about. Okay, now the next card I've got here is all about loss. Okay, I'm just looking at this card here. Now, this card is the Five of Cups. And this card feels to me like loneliness. That's what keeps coming to me about feeling lonely. Now, what this reminds me of is a time when I was married, I was deeply unhappy. And I won't go into reasons why, but let's just say I felt more lonely in that marriage than I did as a single person living on my own. And sometimes that's such a true feeling, you know, or it's like when you're in a room full of people, sometimes you just don't connect with others and you could just be there and there's all this busyness going around. You could be like in a packed bar or restaurant and you're sitting there amongst friends, but you just zone out. You just feel like, I just don't feel like I belong, or that you just feel like you're in a bubble almost, you know, like everything is going on around you, but you're just not on the same wavelength or the same like energy as the area or the place that you're with. And I think that's like when you're up, you're actually like leveling up, you're aligning to a higher frequency. And that's kind of where I actually get this from this card. And I know it doesn't say this on this card, on the Five of Cups, but that's really what I'm channeling on this for you today, Cancer. Now, with the Five of Cups, the person standing here, what they don't realize is if they turned around, they had these 2 cups behind them. But most importantly, in the background, there's a bridge there going over to that castle. And so there is actually something that's coming that's better. And it's just there. It's not far. It's like, you know, it's within distance. So things aren't really going to be that bad if they just turn around and move forward. You know, if you stop dwelling on something, stop worrying about something, or crying over spilt milk sometimes. Sometimes is it really worth sweating the small stuff? Is it really that bad? You're alive, you've got your health or whatever, then fantastic. You should be very grateful, because there's so many people out there that sadly don't get there anymore, and they're no longer here with us, are they? Maybe it is that an anniversary is coming up on somebody that you have lost, maybe through to an illness like cancer or something. And you are feeling the grief of that, the loss, and that, you're missing them. And I get that. I've been there. I've missed relatives myself that have passed from cancer and things. And it's happening now with another family member of mine. So literally things do happen. I can assure you that. But, you know, just think, right, okay, what can I do, and what can I do with myself to make sure that my health is of as best that I can be. Look after in yourself, and taking care of yourself. But with this card, it is about your sadness and grief. It can be feeling despair, abandonment, guilt. You can be feeling regret, and it could be like a trauma, bereavement. You're mourning the loss of something. There's heartbreak, unwelcome feeling of change. Just an emotional instability, and you're just focusing on that loss. And as I say, I understand that. What I would say is, if you are struggling, though, there are associations, charities, things online that you can look up and search, see what's in your area. Here in the UK, and I'm not affiliated or associated with this thing, but there is like a charity called Cruise, for example, Cruise Bereavement. And I did used to do some support work with them. I trained as a volunteer support worker many years ago now, because I really believe in your mental health. I think it's very important. And if you are struggling, please look for things online to see if that can help you, or go to your GP, go to a medical professional, see if they can help you. It's worth a shot, isn't it? Okay. We've got a more positive card, though. We've got card number 4, the Emperor. Now, he's got quite a huge presence there. He's very much about, structure and stability, authority figure, control. He's very practical in his ways. He's very much about discipline. He's got a logical approach about things. He's very practical, and he likes to be in a stable position. He doesn't mess around. Basically, what you see is what you get with him. Now, maybe you are that type of person, or that you have somebody like that around you. Now, whether that's a family member, a boss, it could be somebody that's more like a father figure to you, and has that sort of, they look out for you maybe, or you go to, or you look up to them like a father. Let me know what that's all about. Maybe that's the person that you've just recently lost. Maybe it's somebody that was like a father figure to you, or was your father. And I send my condolences to you if that is the case. It's horrible when you do lose somebody you love. I can completely relate to that. Sending you a big hug there, Cancer. Okay, so we move on to the angel number card, and we have Emerald. Try and get that in focus. There we go. Emerald. What a beautiful card. Beautiful color. So this is about ceremonies and celebrations. Now, this could potentially relate to the first card that we had there, which was the Two of Cups. But it says here that this is about having like life purpose. It's about, it can be about celebrations or birthdays or graduation. Do you have something coming up? Or is this relating to wanting to get engaged or married, or popping the question? Celebrations, positiveness. What a beautiful card there. Now, the angel number card, we have 1313 or 1313, however, which way you like to say it. And this is about starting fresh. It's about encouragement. It's about your goals, foundation, creative ventures, and communication. And it's asking you here to step out of your comfort zone. You are about to create something meaningful. All your skills and talents will bring you auspicious profits. Build up your confidence and trust your decisions. Ooh, that's an interesting card, Cancer and cross watchers. What does that mean to you? Are you wanting to pursue something, start something? Please let me know. And thank you all for being here today. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate all the likes, the views. And if you haven't done so already, please could you subscribe to the channel? I would really appreciate it. Until then, I shall be back in the middle of the month to do your mid-monthly reading, just to see where we are and touch base. And until then, take care, Cancer. Have a great day. Stay blessed.